And it is great to see Chiefs Kingdom on what is a beautiful day. I'm loving it, and I continue to love that we had such a great game on Sunday, a great team to celebrate a great region, a great year for us. My name is Quentin Lucas. I'm the mayor of Kansas City, Missouri, and we are delighted to have you all with us. We're going to talk about details for our world champion parade for our team, the Kansas City Chiefs. A few things I wanted to note to start. First, we want to thank the Chiefs for an outstanding season. We want to thank the Hunt family for years of investment in Kansas City. And we want to thank all of our fans who year in and year out have helped cheer on this team. This celebration is a long time in the waiting, 54 years, and the celebration is really about them. Robbie Mackinnon of the Kansas City Area Transportation Authority also wants me to remind you that this is a totally free celebration, so we get a chance to share it with everyone all around town. A few things that I wanted to note for everyone. First, we want to thank the taxpayers of Kansas City, Missouri, and Jackson County who are helping chip in a lot for this, and a number of departments and agencies that are working with us. You'll hear from the Sports Commission, the Kansas City, Missouri Police Department, the Kansas City Fire Department, Kansas City's Department of Public Works, the KCATA, or Ride KC as has been mentioned, the Parks Department, and our friends at Union Station who are giving us a free facility. One thing that I also wanted to make sure I announced today for those who work for the city of Kansas City, you will be free from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. So all Kansas City, Missouri employees who are non-essential employees, your department directors will let you know that, but all non-essential Kansas City, Missouri employees will be able to watch festivities or even attend the parade from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. One question that we've gotten a lot of is, will the parade be moving? The answer is very simply no. We're hardy people here in the Midwest. The parade will be here on Wednesday. You'll get details of our route, details on everything we have planned. There is a lot of work that goes into that, and I thank the people largely behind me who have been such an important part. So, importantly, parade for us on Wednesday. Everybody come on down. Make sure you bundle up. I've seen a lot of people over the years at tailgates at Arrowhead Stadium, so I know Kansas City and Chiefs Kingdom in particular knows how to handle the cold. But if you're worried, come downtown a little bit extra early, spend some money downtown, and maybe stay downtown a little extra late to make sure that you get to enjoy what will be a beautiful day, an historic day here in Kansas City. So that's all I have to get us kicked off. Again, we have to make sure we get this big crowd to celebrate the Chiefs. I'm looking forward to having lots of folks from our Chiefs Kingdom. And one of the most famous and impressive and important people here in Chiefs Kingdom is another all-star himself and Hall of Famer, my friend Frank White.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm Jackson County Executive Frank White, and I'm here really just to say that I'm so proud of the Chiefs for winning the Super Bowl. I want to congratulate them for that monumental achievement. I've been in Kansas City long enough now to see 2 World Series championships and now a Super Bowl championship. So very excited to be a part of this. I just want to make sure that everyone comes down, support the parade. In 2015, Kansas City showed that no one does parades better than Kansas City. So we're going to dress up in our red and our yellow, and we're going to come out and we're going to support these champions. And our fans are just so exciting, and they're so passionate about the Chiefs and their sports teams. And going out to Arrowhead, the loudest, best stadium in the world, and to be able to send these champions off one more time with this passion that our fans have and the love they have for their Chiefs, I think it's going to be just awesome. So the players need that one extra little charge from the fans, and we're going to give that to them tomorrow by coming down and supporting them. This is 50 years in the making, and it's something that will live with us the rest of our lives. So fans, come on down, have a great time, and Jackson County is definitely proud of our Kansas City Chiefs. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mayor Lucas and County Executive Frank White. Good morning. I am Kathy Nelson, the President and CEO for the Greater Kansas City Sports Commission. I'd like to thank the Kansas City Chiefs for what an exciting season, and truly for the recent lack of sleep I'm sure all of you can relate to. And what a season this has been. Better? There we go. So it is time for our city to celebrate. Tomorrow we will host a Chiefs Kingdom Super Bowl Champions Parade. The parade will begin at 11:30 a.m. at 6th and Grand Boulevard. The parade route will head south on Grand all the way down to Pershing, ending at Union Station with the backdrop of the National World War I Museum and Memorial. Immediately following our Chiefs Kingdom's Champions Parade, we will host a victory rally in front of Union Station at approximately 1:30 p.m. or shortly after the end of the parade arrives. For fans attending the parade, as the mayor said, dress warm, dress in layers, carpool, and arrive early to find a spot to view the parade and rally. This is a family-friendly event. Fans are reminded that public consumption of alcohol beverages is prohibited. On Union Station on Wednesday will be closed to the public. There will be 700 portable toilets spread among the route and rally. And we're told that this is the largest number of toilets brought into a single event in Kansas City's history. There will be 6 LED screens to provide viewing opportunities at the rally area, one of which is located on the southeast corner of the National World War I Museum and Memorial. We do expect mobile phone reception to be impacted due to the large crowds, so before arriving, please make a plan with your family and friends should you become separated. Do not bring drones. Federal law prohibits the use of drones over parade crowds. Be prepared for a typical Kansas City February weather day. Dress warm as you will be outside for several hours. The Kansas City Police Department has been working in tandem with us for weeks in creating a safe and secure parade route. Please welcome Major Chip Huth to share plans on street closures and lost children.
Good morning. From the police department's perspective, we want you to know we're here to facilitate a safe celebration. We have hundreds and hundreds of officers assisting along the route. We pulled in regional law enforcement partners from 19 agencies from both sides of the state line. We've been here before. We've done events like this. We're prepared to do it in any weather, and we're prepared to do it successfully. One thing that I want to reiterate, we learned this from 2015 with the KC Royal celebration. Please, parents, prepare for keeping track of your children. We lost 100 children temporarily during the Royal celebration. We were able to successfully reunite them with their families, but that is a big undertaking. Please dress your children appropriately for the weather. Take pictures of them with what they're wearing on your cell phones. Maybe consider a wristband where you can write your contact information on that wristband. Put that on your child. We will have child reunification locations up and down the route. There'll be 6 of those. Those locations will be announced. They'll be on the website. But if you come separated from your child, we can't count on mobile service being active. You might not be able to use your cell phone, given the size of the crowd. So that those steps that we take ahead of time are very important to make sure we get them back with you. Parking's going to be extremely limited. We're suggesting utilizing the ATA shuttles, also ride shares, Ubers, that type of thing. If you do come downtown driving, be prepared for heavy congestion. Have your cars topped off with fuel, dress appropriately, be patient. It's going to take a while to move through the traffic, especially getting out of town after the event. Other than that, on behalf of Chief Richard Smith and the Board of Police Commissioners, thank you for your patience and cooperation, and we look forward to a great celebration.
Thank you, Major Huth. Next, I'd like to welcome Donna Mays, Kansas City, Missouri Fire Chief, to explain some of the EMT services and medical services they'll be providing that day. Donna?
Good morning. My name is Donna Mays. I'm the Fire Chief of Kansas City, Missouri Fire Department. For the Chief's celebration and parade route, we will have roving EMS crews up and down the parade route. We'll also have roving crews amongst the crowd within the rally area of around Union Station. We'll have a medical tent that'll be set up for public access for first aid as a first aid station, and that'll be on the east side of the Liberty Memorial Tower. So if you have a medical emergency and are able to make your way to that or need first aid, a Band-Aid, whatever you need, you feel free to utilize that medical first aid tent. One of the things that we're going to do from the lessons we learned from the 2015 World Series Parade and Rally is being able to make our responders accessible and visible. So they'll be holding up bright green flags with a letter on them. So if you do happen to have a medical emergency or somebody near you has a medical emergency and you call for assistance, you can look up and try to locate one of those flags, one of those people that are carrying those bright green flags with a letter on it. And if you call 911 and talk to the dispatcher, you can let them know what letter flag is closest to you. Also, when you're along the parade route and find your spot that you want to watch the festivities from, take a moment to find the address of the closest building or the intersection that's closest on Grand that you're at, so that in case somebody near you has a medical emergency, you'll be able to give that information and we'll be able to find you quicker and locate you faster to render aid to you. So we appreciate everybody coming down. We appreciate your support of the Kansas City Fire Department, and we hope that we all have a fun and exciting celebration. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna, and I can tell you from experience of working with everyone on the stage behind me these past few weeks, our city is a championship city, not only because of our Kansas City Chiefs, but because of our leaders and our community. So greatly, greatly appreciate all they do. The Kansas City streetcar will cease operation starting at 12:01 a.m. on Wednesday. There is limited parking downtown, and we want you to be prepared to find a time and a place to park, knowing that you will need to walk to your viewing location. Next, I'd like to welcome Robbie Makinen from Ride KC to speak about our park and ride options. Robbie?
Good morning. Back in 2015, we transported around 300,000 of our closest friends to a World Series parade. We're ready for this one. While everybody was celebrating, we've been working in the back room, having meetings with the police department, the fire department, Jackson County, City of Kansas City, and the Chiefs and the Sports Commission, trying to make this a very safe and friendly fan experience. I'm going to let Jameson Auten, Vice President, Deputy CEO, give you some specifics.
Well, good morning. Your partners, all the partners of Ride KC are ready and willing to do our part for this wonderful celebration. This year, we will be launching from 5 different park and ride lots throughout the region. One located at the Oak Park Mall. We have one at Worlds of Fun, one at Hy-Vee, the Hy-Vee Arena, the 47th and State Park and Ride location, and the Kansas City Zoo. So we'll be staffing those with not only our KCATA Ride KC buses, but also partnering with the yellow school buses that won't be running that day. So we'll have both. One of the things we did differently this year is that the drop-off locations are just a little bit farther away so as not to get so close to the celebration, but also where you get dropped off is where you'll pick your bus up as well. So various drop-off locations, all that information is on our website. Service will be free that day, of course. Also, for our regular service, there are modifications that are happening as we're focusing our attention on this event, and all of that information is on ridekc.org as well. So we look forward to the day. We remind you to plan early, arrive early, and dress warm. Thank you.
So get out of your car and leave the driving to us.
Oh, thank you guys. So we all know there could be just a little bit of weather, nothing that nothing that any of us cannot overcome. But knowing there could possibly be some weather to deal with, I'd like to welcome Maggie Green with the Public Works Department to explain their plan for that day. Maggie.
Good morning. This great event wouldn't be complete without a little bit of snow, but we're ready. We're hitting it hard. We pre-treated the parade route yesterday. We have crews out all over the city today with a special focus on downtown roadways. In addition to that, we're making sure all the other roads getting into Kansas City are cleared and treated, and we're ready for the event tomorrow. Another special plug-in for dressing warmly, bundling up, wearing your snow boots, and we'll be out there ready to have a great time tomorrow. Thanks.
I was just promised a really nice bottle of wine once the parade's over. My day just got way better. All of the information and details we are announcing today can be found on our website, chiefsparade.com. I can tell you as a lifetime Kansas Cityan, I could not be more excited about our celebration event tomorrow. And I couldn't be more proud to know that the people behind us have worked day and night to make this day special for everyone. Numerous organizations and dozens of people worked together to make the parade and rally a memorable event. Showcasing our city and planning a Super Bowl celebration isn't taken lightly, nor is it easy. I am so proud of the collaborative efforts of so many organizations and people. Thank you to Chris Hernandez, Communications Director for the City of Kansas City, Missouri, who has worked with us on all of our communications plans. And special thanks to Kelly O'Neill Wenzel, her staff at O'Neill Events, and our team at the Kansas City Sports Commission. All of us are so passionate about creating a memory for the Kansas City Chiefs, their families, and our fans. So with that, we're open to taking a few questions. And as Coach Reed says, time's yours. We have a microphone right down here if there are any questions.
This may be for Kansas City Police. From a public safety standpoint, what have you done differently for this parade than what happened during the 2015 parade to keep people even safer?
Thank you. Yes, we've increased our staffing. Again, I mentioned we pulled in regional assets in the law enforcement space from both sides of the state line to include 19 representatives from 19 different agencies. We've also learned some lessons about the route itself. We're going to begin closing everything down on Grand at 2 p.m. today, locking everything in with bicycle racks, doing security sweeps, a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff you won't see in terms of tactical operations and plainclothes UC operations. Just the main thing we're learning is that we need to be ahead of the game relative to our planning and response. So we're getting things started a little earlier.
Hello. I have a public transit question. In 2015, I was down at a park and ride lot. I think it was along 71 Highway near Redbridge Road or Longview Road. That was one of the locations people could take a bus to the parade. And it was overwhelmed. People had run out of places to park. There were long lines of people who never made it on a bus to get down to the parade. I know buses got caught in traffic where there was gridlock. I noticed that's not a location where you're going to be able to get on the bus this time. Is that why? Because things didn't go well there? And is there any effort to prioritize bus traffic so it doesn't get caught in congestion?
Yes.
How will that happen?
No. I mean, the fact of the matter is, like Jameson said, we're moving back and not coming as close to the parade route itself so that we don't get stuck. And the other part is encouraging everyone to either park and ride and or not bring your car all the way down here is a big point. And yes, you're right. We don't use that site. We've picked out some sites with big lots. We've actually got about 425 vehicles that we're using this year. So that's where we're headed.
And I might note one other thing. Buses will start at 7 a.m. this time around. Last time they were 9 a.m. And so we encourage people to get in even earlier. But buses will start at 7 a.m. One other thing I may note for those who choose to drive, although we certainly encourage you if you can to take a bus, there are lots of good north-south routes in Kansas City if you go just a little bit further east or, frankly, even a little further west. Paseo or Prospect, any number of others that can get you into town so you're not just on interstate routes or others that got very crowded last time.
I have another question about cell phone service, mobile phone service. That's going to be super important tomorrow. Everybody's going to be wanting to take pictures, videos, all that kind of stuff. But public safety obviously is extremely important when it comes to cell phones. What logistical plans have been put in place to make sure cell phone service works tomorrow?
Well, we are taking care of, first and foremost, police, fire, and security. So they have their own system set up. Public is different. You know, we're learning right along with all of the cell phone companies, Sprint. They have cows placed, cell on wheels placed around. But we know for the public, cell phone coverage will be could be challenged, but for safety and security, there is a plan. Asking about cell phone coverage.
So I don't know if anybody's heard, but across the country, they've been building a regional public safety cell phone and communication network. And so we have some of those assets that we'll be employing. A lot of us are on that system already, and there is a layer that we can be bumped up to have priority. And so that's one of the things that will be implemented for the fire department and the police department as well. So we'll have priority access so that we'll be able to communicate with each other and be able to communicate back and forth with our communication centers and still have that cell phone access as well.
I've only been in Kansas City for 3 years, so unfortunately I missed the Royals parade, but I keep hearing that you learned a lot from that parade, taking it into this one. So just how important for you guys was it to look back at that and learn and reflect and make these new changes this time around?
I would tell you, with the O'Neill Events team and the Sports Commission being the parade planners at that time in 2015, we immediately, even last season as the Chiefs were successful, started to revisit our takeaways from the parade of 2015 and visiting with the police department. And we learned a lot of things. Lost children, that's a concern. So immediately working with the police department on those ideas. Public toilets, learning that we went from almost 200 toilets to now 700 and scattered along the parade route. Last time, Porta-Johns were placed right close to the route. This time we're moving them a block off. So if you need to go, look behind you, not towards the parade route. There'll be a lot of groupings, and you can already see them placed at Washington Square Park and again near the memorial. So just things like that we've taken away. Transportation, communication, all of those played a big role as we were making our plans for this year.
I might even add, Kathy and her team do a good amount of work in talking to other cities with celebrations. So this is not just a reflection on the 2015 Royals Parade. It's a reflection on what they've done in Philadelphia, what they've done in so many other places of late. So that's certainly something that we've prioritized. Any other? Yes, sir. From St. Joseph, I believe.
That's right.
Yes.
How you doing, Mayor? Temperature is going to be an issue for tomorrow. Is there going to be heating stations, places for families or kids to stay warm with the weather potentially being like it is tomorrow?
No, at this time we do not have warming stations planned. Again, dress accordingly. Chiefs fans are used to tailgating and being outside in the cold, so I would suggest maybe winter boots and not tennis shoes, or my cool-looking red heels aren't going to work tomorrow. But I think that as long as you dress appropriately and dress in layers, you should be okay.
Are you guys towing cars today? A lot of people are ignoring the no parking signs. So clearing out Grand, what's going to happen with those cars today?
Yeah, we're going to start at 2 p.m. today again, ticket and towing cars. Emergency no parking signs went up yesterday, so all along the route you can see them. So beginning at 2 p.m. today, ticket and towing operations will start.
Good morning. How much will this parade cost the city and the Sports Commission? How much of it is funded through public dollars versus private donations or fundraising?
So as I noted at the beginning, we will have a significant amount of public support. That's why I think I'm up here representing the city of Kansas City. Our Jackson County executives representing the county. We certainly know that this isn't cheap, but this doesn't happen often. And so we think it's worthwhile. We have a significant parade, the first time in 50 years for Kansas City Chiefs. What I will note is that we haven't completed full expenses, and we will be certain to share that with the press. There are significant corporate sponsorships as well that go into making sure that this can be a reality. The Kansas City Chiefs have also been supportive of this. So I think when you look at the collaboration of the taxpayers of the city of Kansas City, Missouri, taxpayers in Jackson County, the Chiefs, Sports Commission fundraising, the Sports Commission itself, and our sponsors, that's how we get to the total number, and we will be sure to provide that with you. I know you'll request it as well once this is all said and done. So the real way we pay it off is to make sure everybody comes and just spends lots of sales tax dollars tomorrow here in Kansas City. You get on the 7 a.m. bus, you come on in, you spend lots of money, it'll make for a great day. Any other questions for us? All right, seeing none, thank you all so much. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow.